There's nothing better than a little moral ambiguity to spice up a video game. Let's be honest, playing a hero whose sole purpose in life is to defeat the evil supervillain gets a little boring. Thankfully, many video game developers have put in the extra effort with their characters, and some villains are extremely good at pointing out truths that nobody else wants to admit. Let's take a look back at some video game bad guys who ended up being right all along. Warning, spoilers ahead. Far Cry 4. Pagan Min, the antagonist of Far Cry 4, is eccentric, reclusive, and more than a little unhinged. But is he really all that bad? After a violent opening cutscene and a visit to Min's mountaintop hideaway, you sit down to dinner with Min. He promises to help you and says that the Golden Path rebels in Killzone are actually terrorists. Min's claims seem dubious at first, but after you escape his compound and join the Golden Path, you find these rebels and their leaders really are worse than the man they want to overthrow. As the game continues, you learn what shaped Pagan Min into the despot he's become. Despite everything he's done, Pagan Min always remains friendly towards you. Choosing to spare Min's life at the end of the game provides an even bigger twist to his tale as he leaves you in charge of running the whole country.
It's yours. It's always been yours. Kyrat is yours. I pulled you off the bus in the first place to pass it on to you.
Alternatively, if you decide to trust Min during your dinner together at the game's beginning, he helps your character as promised, proving he was right all along and ending the game very quickly. Batman: Arkham Origins. In Batman: Arkham Origins, players experience the early days of Bruce Wayne's crime-fighting career, including his first encounters with the Joker, who's arguably done more to clean up Gotham than Batman has.
You want to know the awful truth? I've only been in Gotham for a few days, and I've already accomplished so much more than you.
He might be insane, but the Joker is completely right. In this timeline, Batman has been fighting crime for 2 years, but it appears that he has very little to show for it. Meanwhile, the Joker has gotten rid of Gotham's corrupt police commissioner, dethroned the city's most powerful mob boss, and exposed its worthless prison, all in less than a week. Red Dead Redemption. In this Western adventure, you play as reformed outlaw John Marston, whose quiet retirement is turned upside down when Agent Edgar Ross kidnaps your wife and child so that you're forced to hunt down the former members of Ross's gang. Ross finally releases Marston's family, but he later brings a posse to the outlaw's ranch, where they ambush John. Years later, John's son Jack tracks down Ross for revenge.
You killed my father!
Your father killed himself with the life he lived.
He may be a double-crossing backstabber, but Ross has a point. During the final shootout at the ranch, John emerged from the barn ready to die. None of the men in the posse opened fire until Marston himself began to shoot. He could have surrendered, but John preferred to go out with his guns blazing. Assassin's Creed 3. Compared to the other Templars in Assassin's Creed, William Johnson's motives are much more complicated. He wants to create a Templar enclave where they can be safe from the growing colonies, but when Johnson attempts to buy more land from the Iroquois, the leaders refuse, so Johnson threatens to have them shot. Before Johnson can give the order, the assassin Connor arrives and mortally wounds him. With his last words, Johnson explains that he just wanted to protect the native people from the colonists, something the British king will not do.
When there's crops that need soil, when there's no more enemy to fight, we'll see how kind the people are then.
Injustice: Gods Among Us. In the alternate universe of Injustice: Gods Among Us, the Joker has tricked Superman into setting off a nuclear device that destroys Metropolis. Later, Superman breaks into an interrogation room in a rage and finally puts an end to the clown prince of crime. Then, Superman sets up a worldwide authoritarian regime in an effort to snuff out all crime. Batman leads a rebellion against him, bringing in heroes from a parallel universe to help. Batman and the other heroes despise Superman for his actions, but his motivations make perfect sense. A blind dedication to the moral high ground is what causes the destruction of Metropolis, just as surely as the Joker himself did. At the end of Injustice, even the good Superman admits he might have taken out the Joker too.
He was right, you know. About what? Put in the same position, I might have done the same thing.
Killzone. In Killzone and its sequels, the Helgen Empire seems evil to the core at first, but if you take a look at Killzone's backstory, you learn that the game's protagonists, the UCN and the ISA, are really to blame for their ongoing wars. Long ago, the UCN loaned the Helgun Corporation some money to start 2 planetary colonies. When the corporation started getting too big for its britches, the UCN and ISA mounted a brutally effective war against them, then exiled the survivors to the barren and inhospitable planet Helgun. Eventually, one survivor started an authoritarian political movement, which eventually became the Helgun Empire. While many leaders of the Helgun Empire have been unspeakably evil people, they're still absolutely right about the evils that have been committed against them by the good guys. Thanks for watching. Click the SVG icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.